It is going. Ooh, my echo is bad. Okay, let's try that again. Nope. Mm. Mm. Is that still an echo? I don't know. Is that still an echo? It is. So what's the echo about? Let me see something. Turn this down a little bit. Is that still an echo? It must be coming out of my speakers. What's up, BBN? My audio, it got a bad echo. So I figure out Zoom headphones. Is that still an echo? Yeah, that's an echo too. Echo. Yep. What in the world is going on with the echo today? Let me see it. Does that help? What's up, guys? This is a major, major echo. I can hear it. Let me see if I can turn that down. Is it because it's my headphones is right here? What's up, guys? First live in quite a while. Yeah, man, it's been a lot. What's going on? How's everything? Everything's going good. First live in a I'm the only one here for this bandwagon fan. Cutting Craig. It's been a while, man. I don't think I've been on. Do you guys hear the echo pretty bad? The echo is really, really bad in my ear. Is it an echo? Because I'm hearing it, and I don't really. Maybe it's just me. Is it me? Maybe I'm over putting it a little bit. But it sounds like I picked up on the point guard today. Yeah, okay, sounds good. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, we picked up another point guard today. Uh, Let me ask you guys a question, though, since we picked up another point guard today. When you woke up this morning, did you say to yourself, wow, I hope we can go get a point guard from Pitt? I'll leave it at that. But he picked. But hey, Coach, Coach Pope is out there. He's out there doing his thing. I noticed out here is the what do they call it? The dead period. I guess is what they said. No echo. Okay, I don't hear echo. I guess it's just in my ear then. All good service has been on and off. Okay, that's from Jimmy. But man, it feels good to be back. I haven't did it. I've been posting videos, but I haven't did it live since we failed to Tennessee. But it's always good when Tennessee can fall and not make it to the Final Four again. So he's a mid guard. What King Mondo? What do you mean about a mid guard? I'm curious on how you got that description, a mid guard. My apologies if I don't recognize the term mid guard, so please explain it to me, okay? But yeah, another boom today for Kentucky. Got another guard to go along with Kim Williams. I mean, we missed on some players, man. We have missed on quite a few players, and it kind of gives you a moment of pause. Some people, I'm not in panic mode. I'm not like running around and be like, okay, we can't get anybody. Nobody wants to come to Kentucky. But it does give you a kind of moment of pause and kind of figure out, like, is this the best we can do? Now, we've seen what Mark Pope can do in year one when he brings in mid-major guys. We didn't have a bad year. But is that the answer for Kentucky getting back to the Final Four again in the next year or two? At best, I don't care where he's from. He's a chicken. He's a chicken who shot 27% from three last year. Y'all will have to pretend he's a good shooter like you did with Kerr Chris. That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I didn't wake up this morning thinking I'd be having a player from Pitt, and then I saw he shot from 20. When he shot from 27% from three, I was just like, that's not the best in the world. But as a fan, I guess our job is to go ahead and support our coach. And if he sees the players that he thinks can fit in the system, then I guess we got to see how it all works out. I don't care where it's from, y'all. Where is Craig from, y'all? I don't care. I know, right? Y'all win. I know. Where's he from? Cutting Craig. Appreciate you joining in with us, though. Where he's from? He's a chicken who shot 27%. Anyway, guys, what's going on, man? You guys, today's Final Four, Saturday. 2 games today coming on afternoon. I got Florida beating Auburn, and I don't. God, dude, I don't want Duke to win. Y'all, I don't want Duke to win. I hope Houston has enough. I hope Houston is motivated enough on defense to stop those guys from winning the game, man. And after that, I don't care who wins it. That's for sure. I, the kid is better than people realize. He shot good in his freshman year. He had to do too much on a bad Pitt team. Benjamin Bush, I mean, we're going to see what he's worth. I mean, like I said, I mean, as a Kentucky fan, all I can do is just go out there and just, I shoot 27% and I'm 62. B is autocorrect. I know, right? I try not to read it, man. I caught it, and then I try not to read it because this is a family show, right? Big time family show. Jeff said he can shoot 27%. Heck, man, I think I'm right there with you at 25%. So, Butler couldn't shoot until he came here. Yeah, that's a good point, Benjamin. Butler wasn't known for his shooting at San Diego State, but he came here to Kentucky and his game, especially his game, it changed. He was able to knock down some shots, some big shots too, at that. So, like I said, I mean, I didn't wake up this morning thinking I would have a player from Pitt on the team in the from the transfer portal. I don't know where he was ranked when it comes to the transfer portal. I don't know if he was way down the list, mid. I guess that's why they said mid grade or what a midpoint. So I guess he's kind of like right in the middle of the pack of the guys listed in the transfer portal. So hey, when you come to Kentucky, sometimes it elevates your game. It just does. So if what's his name again? Man, dude, I gotta get his name again. I had his name. Where's that? I can get it right here. Where'd he come from? Nope, that ain't what I want. Where's he at? What's his name? I know I can see it again. That man committed. What's his name? Jalen Lowe. So Jalen Lowe, hopefully he can come to Kentucky and make an impact as well. Top 10 transfer portal player at top 5 point guard. Tighten up. Appreciate that. Ranked 20th. Not too bad. Look, if he's ranked 20 out of the transfer portal, and we know how many people actually hits the transfer portal, and 247 ranked him at 20, that ain't bad, bro. Like that. I mean, I haven't watched the guy play, but these guys who dedicate their lives to ranking these guys in the transfer portal and recruiting, and you rank him at 20th, that ain't too bad. I mean, that's a top 20 get right there. Not too bad. Now, am I going to sit here and say he's going to come and just change the life at UK? I don't know that yet. I still got to go back and I still got to watch tape on him, and I got to see who he is. Everyone was freaking out last year about our portal gets. No different this year. They freaked out about Pope being hard too. We just got to see what happens. Like, we really got to see what happens with this. And you guys know Vandy Chris. He thinks that was a horrible pickup. As far as what Coach Pope did, or get him in as a player. I just, for me, I just wait and see what kids can do when they get here. The guys we from last season wasn't rated high. That's true. Those guys last year, because look, Coach Pope did his recruiting at the back end of everything. He kind of got everything that was left over. So besides waiting for Robinson, whether or not Robinson was going to stay in the draft or not, he had his team except for that. For that one piece. Only good player on our team scouted him 16, 10, and 6 against Louisville. Only good player on our team scouted him 16. He had 16, 10 rebounds and 16, 10 against Louisville. Is that what's the name? Is that Ortega? Is that what Ortega had that ball game? Because Garrison never had double rebounds that ball game. So we have 3 players. We have 3 players lefties, the BBN Southpaws. Hey, Otis, thanks for joining, man. I was big on the Eagle staff kid. I was so bummed when I seen South Carolina got him. Yeah, it's funny, man, because I did a video the other day, and basically I was talking about back in the day. You guys remember back in the day where you didn't have to, or coaches didn't have to sell who Kentucky was. You can just go to a young man's house, and they was all about coming and playing for UK. Not yes, right here. Not anymore. Now you actually got to sell UK. I mean, between selling UK, the NIL, and everything, it ain't the same. Had 16-10 and 6 against Louisville. Okay. That ain't bad, bro. 16. He had 10 rebounds and 6 assists. That's not a bad game against Louisville. I mean, people say Louisville was a solid team last year, even though they got beat in the first round, even though they played in the ACC. People was ready to say that, that Louisville wasn't a bad team. So if you go in and get 16, 10, and 6 against those guys, we'll have to see how, sorry, piece of driving. Okay, no problem. This right here, I haven't been live in a while, and I figured, look, man, it's Saturday morning, and I hope everybody's out there staying safe with the storms. I'm not sure where you're located at in the world or whatever in Kentucky, but, I hope everybody's out there staying safe. But, it's strange, bro, that that kids are choosing South Carolina so easily and so fast over Kentucky. Like, don't even give Kentucky a big thought. They're just, nope, not going to Kentucky. I'm going to South Carolina. Like, you did see what South Carolina did this year, right? No, South Carolina did get Michi back, which I hate that. I hate playing against that kid. I wish he was on Kentucky. I'm not going to lie. That guy's a baller. 28 against Ohio State. There's some good stats on this guy, man. We just got to see. I guess his one thing that was brought to my attention is he had 3 turnovers to his 1.8 steals. So that negative seemed to get in the way of maybe who he is too as well. Freshest Nikes for everyone to see if they don't fit and kill your feet. Yeah. I mean, the NIL, man, is just so different. It's just changed. Just college basketball. We need a boat to travel around Bowling Green. Wow. Michael Watkins, hey, man, my parents actually live in Bowling Green too as well. And a tree actually fell on the front porch. It tore up the porch of my parents' house. It landed on the house, and a lot of big limbs and stuff landed on my dad's truck. And I think their backyard is actually flooded too as well. So, please, everyone, please just be safe out there, man. And I need to check on them this morning as well. His role with Pitt affected his 3-point percentage. He had to rush a lot of shots. Look at his overall stats. He averaged 16 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals per game. Those numbers are great. So we go. Hey, Hank, how you doing, man? Good to see you, man. Thank you. Keen Critical. He always had the ball in his hand, so naturally he'll have more turnovers on average. See, and that's what I love about this show, man, is that so many people out there have so many stats and good stats about these players. I don't have a chance to really look at these players. I mean, like I said, I didn't wake up this morning and said, I hope I got a player from Pitt. But like I said, I always say this. A person can tell me all the negative things about somebody, but for me, I just choose to wait to see what they do. Before I jump off the end, before I go out there, and before I just start saying, we got horrible players who can't play and all this stuff right here. Before I do all that right there, just let me see what they can do. I try to stay positive. I try to give the coach, who's much smarter than I am, I try to give him the benefit of the doubt that he sees something that I don't, because I'm not qualified to go tell whether a player is good enough to play at Kentucky. We got to just see what happens, and we got to trust that Mark Pope has the best interest of his school, his alma mater, in the best interest of the state, and that's exactly what he's going out there to do. But I mean, if we're being honest, we have missed on some really good players so far that has either gone to smaller schools or whatever, or schools that's not Kentucky, of course, or we even had one who actually just stayed at school. He went back to his school. So it's those kind of things that just kind of make you give you a moment of pause and just kind of figure out, okay, what do we need to do? What's going on with Kentucky? Why come we can't land some of these big time players? And so once again, it's still a long time before the NBA is over, before the draft and all of that stuff, before these guys have to declare whether they're going to stay in or stay in the draft or come, or transfer another school. So we just got to be patient. And sometimes we don't get the players that we want immediately, and because of that, people like myself, oh man, what's coach doing? We can't seem to get a good player. We're gonna be really. So let me ask you this question: for you guys who are throwing out the stats, and you guys are watching, you guys already went to the videos and watched the guy play. Let me ask you a question: with Jasper Johnson coming in, Caden Lewis, he's not gonna start. I think we all can agree on that. I don't think Caden's going to start. Is he going to play? He's going to play for sure. But the players that we bringing in, how do these players fit with Ortega? Because we know I don't necessarily want to say I promise you that Jasper is going to start next year, but it's pretty highly that this kid is going to start next year. Unless something crazy happens and we get like all-American guard that comes and then they got to play with Ortega, I think Jasper starts next year. What kind of players do we need to put around Ortega to make this team? Because I mean, look, we're losing Brea, the best shooter in college basketball. Are we going to be able to duplicate? And my thing is, are we relying on 1,200 now, expected to hit 1,400 out of 5,400 players? Ooh, women, there's a lot of them, man. See what I'm saying? Hit 1,400 out of, man, that's a lot of transfer women in what's the name? Hopefully Jasper and OI. So, so these guys are going to start. Is this low guy, is he coming in and come off the bench? Oh, man, this is so tough. This is like you really got to earn your position on the floor. That's for sure. Like you won't agree to play St. John's in a home-and-home series. Why is Mark Pope dunking the smoke with Rick Pitino? Ooh, well, I know they got to play an exposition game, but I think St. John's in Louisville is going to play a real game next year. But I don't know why they dunking that for. That's completely beyond me. I have no idea if that's the case for Mark Pope and why he won't agree to a home and home or whatever with those guys. That's something that I know the fans want to see. Why he won't do it or why he doesn't do it, I don't know for sure. Low can penetrate better than Butler. It can open up the three more for others. Cadence. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So, I don't see a Cadence starting, but I see Jasper starting. I see Ortega starting. I don't, is Lowe going to start over Cam? Is Cam going to start over Lowe? So much of that still has got to be worked out this year just to see what the success looks like. Lowe can penetrate. We need to get a Reed Bailey, Alvaro Ferreros, and other guard. So how many guards do we need? Because it looks like we might let's see. And while all this is going on, where does Travis Perry as a point guard, where does he fit in? Is he gonna, and then you got Collins. Where do these guys fit in for next year's team? I mean, Collins, Collins, of course, is more athletic than Perry was, but it's so much to dissect. He's ACC, very soft defensive conference, and is a below-average defender who attacks the rim and gets to the line. Well, he's going to need hey, Snake Oil Salesman. Appreciate you joining in. I'm not sure if I've ever saw you before, but thank you so much for joining. In the SEC, you got to be tough. If he – see, that 26% from three-point shootings, that's not good at all. Let's just be real. But if he can get downhill and get to the rim and get to the line, that's a plus for us. I take that. You know what I'm saying? Because, for so long this year, while we was a good three-point shooting team, I think at times we relied on the three-point shot too much. And instead of getting downhill, getting to the rim, and getting the basket, for me, it was just like, hey, man, like take it inside. You know what I'm saying? Get inside and do your thing. Prayer defense athlete's going to hurt his play time. We're going to be better. That's Hank said we're going to be better. What about a big? Are we going to because I heard that Marino hurt his wrist. And I don't know if he's going to be out for the season. I don't know the whole story behind that. It was just something that I heard. And if so, are we going to rely solely on Garrison to anchor the middle? Come on. Got to get a big man. Got to get a big man. That was definitely not playing next year, only if injuries happen. It should transfer. Wow, man. That's okay. So I want to move a little bit away from that because one thing that I value on this page, on this channel, and first of all, guys, I should have said this the first of the show. Guys, we hit 3,000 subscribers. We hit 3,000 subscribers, man. Yes, 3,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for all the new subscribers, for all the older subscribers, people who's been there from day one. Thank all you guys for making that happen. I never thought I would hit 3,000. I've been trying for a long time, but thank you guys for, if you have liked the video, if you have shared the video, if you have told your friends and family about the videos, about the channel. I salute all of you guys, man. Thank you guys so much, and I appreciate you guys supporting the channel and helping me get into 3,000. Man, that is awesome, and thank you so much. Marino's not injured. Well, because he played in the All-American game, but for some reason I'm not sure where I saw that at, but I heard that he hurt his wrist. But I still gotta ask though, is that it? Is that like if we're gonna rely on Garrison and Marino, a true freshman coming in? Are we gonna rely on those two guys to be the to be our middle guy to protect the rim? Not saying, oh man, dude. I hope Garrison, because Garrison will be a junior. So I really hope that Garrison in this offseason's two things, he gotta get stronger. He's gotta get stronger, and he's gotta put on some weight to be able to compete in the SEC. And he can't take so many 3-pointers next year. That's for sure. Now we gotta get 2 more bigs for real. We gotta get 2 bigs, man, for real. We can't rely on those guys for real. Garrison didn't give me 10 rebounds all year in one game. I was frustrated with that. That's the one big thing that kind of that was my Achilles heel when it comes to Garrison. Can you give me 10? Can you give me 10 rebounds in one game? Now, here's the good thing about the SEC next year. And this is not saying that the SEC ain't going to be good, because SEC is going to be good next year too as well. People took notice. Recruits took notice. Transfers took notice of how good that the SEC is, and they want to come play in this conference. But it's a lot of big-time players. It's a lot of big-time players that are leaving the SEC this year. That's not going to be there next year. Where does that leave Kentucky at? I think that's why this year is so critical for Kentucky, because Tennessee's losing a lot of people. Alabama's losing a lot of people. Auburn's losing a lot of people. Florida's losing a lot of people. Kentucky has lost some people. Mississippi State losing a couple of good people. Ole Miss is going to lose some people. I don't know too much about Texas. But A&M is going to lose some good people. So where does that leave Kentucky at for next year? Where does that leave at? If Mark Pope can just get some good guys in this offseason, we can legitimately compete for SEC title next year. I don't think it's crazy. Look, my blue goggles are off. Okay, I don't have blue goggles on. It's going to take a lot for Kentucky to win SEC next year, but it's not a crazy thoughts, man. Than any Porter guy we had last year. Everybody sleeping on him. That's my man BC. Dude, I hope everybody sleep on. But see, that's the problem though. BC is are you gonna start 4 point guards? Are you gonna start 4 guards? What would that be? Jasper, Ortega, Cam, and what's the name? But then who's gonna be your power forward? You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna be your strong forward out there that can stretch the floor as well too? Oh man, dude, this is be first team All SEC. Ortega gonna be good next year. He is as well. So let me because I gotta get you guys' thoughts, bro, because I haven't had a chance to really ask you guys, and I love getting you guys' thoughts. And I know that we're talking we're talking men basketball. I know we're talking recruiting, the transfer portal, what we got to do to be better next year. But I have to ask you guys, man, Payson Raps don't win the FCC. Well, I guess we do, Maverick. What are you guys' thoughts? And I'm going to address this once on the show. I've already did a video on it. And after I address it today, I'm going to move on. But what is you guys' thoughts on what happened on the women's team with Coach Brooks telling Cassidy Rowe that she doesn't have a spot on the team anymore? Do you guys disagree with that? Do you guys understand as a coach you got to go out and get the best talent? This is a big time conversation. It's like big people are chiming in on it. I'm talking to Z about coming back. Cam Wing's a small forward. He would be a great wing player. Thanks, Otis. Appreciate that. Man, I appreciate you guys, man. For all the information, Cam will be a great pickup, a long defender who can shoot the three. The other pickup made 0 sense because he is just the opposite of it. Cam can play small forward. Put this over here so I can see. Haven't threw up any comments yet. See what I got over here. See if I can go all the way down to here. So it's his team. We hired him. We hired him for that. Brooks is a chump now. Bad move. I'm all on board with Kenny Brooks. Taking Garrison, big props for staying in Kentucky. Cool. You can't let people hang around if you want to win. You have to put your feelings aside. I mean, no Big Z, Humpty Dumpty wanted Cal. See, I kind of have the same feelings. I mean, I got it that, a lot of people are going to think that it's a bad move for Coach Brooks to do that. But, at the end of the day, they have 15 scholarships. Maybe at the end, she might get that grad assistant or she might get something like that. I don't really know how that's going to play out. We have to see. But if Kenny Brooks or any coach is not winning, he's gone. So you can, I brought my family here. I brought my kids. I brought my dog, my cats. I moved up my whole house. I uprooted everything I had in Virginia to come here. And you got to let Coach Brooks build his team. And I've only had a chance to see Cassidy Rowe play one time. So those out there who's had a chance to watch her play, I watched her play against Vandy. And she hustled. She was out there. She did her thing. But after going back, and looking at her numbers and what she did from a freshman up until now, and you brought Kenny Brooks here to get the Lady Wildcats to the Final Four. You got the Lady Cats. You brought Kenny Brooks here to win the SEC or compete. It's like I feel like as any coach, even when it comes down to, to Coach Pope and Perry and Noah, it's all about Kentucky. We like the Goodfield story of having the Kentucky kids on it. But if you're not winning, even if you are playing the Kentucky kids and you're not winning, the fan base is, the BBN a lot of times is really unforgiving. You're not winning. Get out of here. Like, we don't want you anymore. We need somebody, and this is any coach. We don't want you anymore. You're not winning games here. We brought you to win ball games. We're paying you millions of dollars to win ball games, and you're not producing. We're going to find somebody else. So don't we have to let them coaches go out and bring in the people that they think can win ball games? Like, they just brought in a player from Western. She averaged 13 points a ball game. I think it was like 4 or 5, anywhere from 3 to 5 rebounds as well. Like, isn't versus 1 point versus 13 points a ball game. If nothing else, she's a good bench player that can come in and get you those kind of players. She averaged 13 points a ball game. I'd rather have Jalen Lowe than Kurt Christen. Well, we got him. Yes, it sucks for Cassidy, but she didn't do anything when she got her opportunity. I mean, it's a lot of people out there. And look, is the uproar because she's a Kentucky kid? Because from what I understand, there's other players. Who was it? Taylor. I think Taylor. I think she was asked to transfer too as well. Taylor, she played good too. I don't know what's up with Silva. I don't know why she transferred. I wish she would have stayed, man. She played big down the stretch in the year. We could have used her, especially as a junior. We could have used her, she was going to be a soft being from Kentucky. Doesn't guarantee a spot on the team. It really shouldn't. It's all about winning, and that's what coaches are brought in to do, is win. And like, if you tie my hand and tell me that I got to put certain kids on the team, but then you tell me if I don't win X amount of games, then you're going to fire me. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, my hands are tied. What am I supposed to do? I can't do anything. So I guess that's the uproar, is because he's a Kentucky kid. But if you're a Kentucky kid, then look, we look at Jasper, we look at Marino. Those guys are clear 5-star census players. Clear. These guys are both 5-star players, hands down. That's what these guys are. Mark Pope kept 2 more. So now we're going to have 4 Kentucky kids on the floor. Not all of them may be playing good, you know what I'm saying? Kentucky Rick, Lisa Boulder, Emma Boulder, Diane Richardson, Fountain Dancing, Brooke, Nepotism is a fact of sports. Without Georgia or more, Coach Brooks now has to show us how good of a coach he is. Yes, he is. He's going to have to show us how good of a coach he is, because Moore bailed us out of a lot of ball games last year. You know what I'm saying? We're in trouble, some said, saying, for Mark. I agree to let coaches build their teams and let coaches coach. Now, if Coach Brooks builds his team and you still don't win, then yes, you need to get fired. Now, another thing that I don't agree with is that Coach Brooks left his daughter on the team. Now for me, that would raise some eyebrows, knowing she only played in 4 games last year. Was that in his contract that his daughter gets to stay on the team? I don't know that, but that's one of those looks that just makes you take your head off and scratch your head. Like, Cassidy played in 23 games. Your daughter played in 4 games. Why are you keeping your daughter for, and you're getting rid of Cassidy? And Cassidy needs the money so she can pay for her degree. Now for me, I keep it real. That's a little suspect right there. So yes, you see what I'm saying? So that's a little suspect right there. Why you keep your daughter for? She ain't better than Cassidy. She ain't playing. You got to get rid of her. You got to get her off the team, coach. And so at the end of the day, if that's people's main issue is that, then I can understand why they so upset. But if it's just upset because she's a Kentucky girl and she bleeds blue, then I don't necessarily agree with that, because I got to build a team that can compete in the SEC. And outside of UConn and a couple more teams out there, the SEC produces some of the best college teams out there. And I got Kentucky Rick on here. I think he can vouch for that. You had Texas and South Carolina from the Western A. You had UConn from the Big East, and then you had UCLA. The UCLA What are they? Are they in the Big East now or what? Where's Privilege? Cassidy really going to alter the upcoming season outcome though? I mean, I don't think she was gonna. I don't think she was gonna alter it. I don't. I mean, she's had 4 years to improve, as you know, as people's been saying. Look, let's be real about this. You know, if I've said this on numerous shows, I didn't watch a lot of Kentucky basketball last. I didn't watch a lot of Kentucky women's basketball. This year right here was really, really fun watching them play, and I thought it was a Big Ten. So I will be watching Kentucky basketball, women basketball from here on out because it was so much fun, and I bit my nails off a couple of games, but it was so much fun. But Kenny Brooks has got to win ball games, and as someone mentioned earlier, Georgia, she's gone now. What kind of coach is he? Can he win ball games if he can bring in a true floor general? Because Amore, when we needed her the most, she was scoring 30 points a ball game, night in and night out. So we got to just see really what this is all about. It's hard to cut your daughter from the team, but I agree with what you said. I mean, it's really I posted a video on my TikTok page of my daughter. Me and my daughter was in the gym getting up shots yesterday, and everything. And I look at her, and you know, I mean, it would be hard as a father to tell your daughter that I got to put you off the team, babe. You know, I got to do what's best for Kentucky. That would be really hard. But if that's what needed to be done, if my daughter's only playing if she's only played 4 games, and I got to get rid of Cassidy instead, that'd be tough, man. That's a tough decision. But I think if you're trying to be fair, and if you really call yourself trying to build a winning team, then maybe your daughter has to go. I look at my daughter and I say, as good as my daughter is growing and she's getting better, my daughter's not D1 basketball. No, she's as much as she bleeds Kentucky, and she loves Kentucky basketball, she may never wear a Kentucky uniform ever unless she does something really big in a smaller college and some Kentucky coach comes looking at her and says, come on up, you can play with Kentucky. Other than that, I'm not going to fool myself to think that my daughter belongs on Kentucky. She's not Kentucky material. She's only a freshman, but right now she's nowhere from being Kentucky quality of a player. SEC is hard. She ain't ready for that. And that's just me just being real. Then that's giving your kid false hope, putting them above someone that's better than them. Yeah, if Noah Perry don't show improvement next year, they should be gone also. Then the University of Kentucky needs a starting point guard. UK picked up a decent number 2 off the bench. Yeah, they did. They picked up a good point guard. But I'm always talking to my daughter. Say, babe, to play at that level, she's there. I'm going to play for Kentucky. Like, baby, you know what? To play for Kentucky, you better do a whole lot more than what you're doing now. Because what you're doing now, you're not ready for that basketball. That's big girl basketball right there. Let's get you to D3 and we'll be okay. But I have to be real with her and I have to tell her, if you want to get to that level, it's going to take a little bit for you to get there. Not impossible, but it's going to take something for you to get there. Pope had his son. Calipari had his son. Patino, Tubby Smith. The list goes on. Yep, that is a good point right there, man. Thanks, Kentucky Rick. I appreciate that. Kenny Brooks took the team from being a laughingstock to back on the map. Y'all and y'all's feelings over a player role that averaged 2 points in 3 years. No progress. It was no progress. You know what I'm saying? So if there's no progress and, dude, I love this show, man. I tell you, hey, Kentucky Rick, man, let me tell you, when you put that comment up, let me put that up for a second, bro. I definitely got to do this. Hold on. I definitely got to put this up, man, because thanks, Kentucky Rick. Rupp had his son. Calipari had his son. Patino, Tubby Smith, the list goes on. Coaches have their kids on the team. They just do. That's a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people. It is, but it happens. Kentucky needs a new AD. College sports is a business and should be treated as such. You give those positions to kids who give you best chance to win in period. That is snake oil salesman. That is exactly what it comes down to right there. You gotta bring in the best people that can help you win. So once again, I know you guys have really really great thoughts and opinions, and I love listening and I love seeing what you guys have to say. And I know that I haven't went live since the house. It looks like a point band reject. Okay, so I had to get you guys' thoughts and you guys' opinions, man, because you guys always bring it here on the Loyal BBN Fan Show. And I was like, man, I got to go live. I just want to get these guys' thoughts and their opinions and what they feel, how they really feel about it. So give Low a chance, So if we're not getting some of the big players that that maybe come from some of the bigger schools that are transferring, we're not getting those guys. But I still say at the end of the day, if Coach Pope, who is much smarter than me, can go out and says we can use this guy. He has a vision for a Low, for a Kim Williams, and for whoever else he's able to bring in. Then I have to trust the process and see if he can make it work. That's true. Donald Trump is a convicted felon. That doesn't mean the next president should be too. I guess not. Jalen and Ortega, I think, will speed the game up. I'm excited, man. I am look, I'm gonna go back and watch some videos of Jalen once I get off of here and everything. I'd already planned to, for this time to come on at this time. So I didn't really have a chance to really look at what, who Jalen was as a player. But I look forward to seeing what he can do, and I look forward to seeing, seeing him on the court and see what he got to do, And once again, as a point guard, people may, one thing about Butler, people may like what Butler, not everybody, but people made the issue of being, Butler turned the ball over too much. Well, Butler did have the ball. As a point guard, you have the ball in your hand a whole lot. And if that isn't true about Jalen, that he was forced to have the ball in his hand a lot because he was on a bad Pitt team, then you have to expect that. I mean, you have to expect if you got the ball in your hand 100 times a ball game, I'm just speaking. I mean, you're going to have turnovers. It happens to the best, to the best people out there. What can he do when he's not forced at Kentucky to be the man? What's going to happen when he know that he can play off Ortega, or Ortega can play off of him, or Jasper can play off those two guys? And think about what Jasper can learn from playing along Low, playing beside Cam, playing beside Ortega. I think long as we guard, I don't think guard play is going to be our problem. As long as we can get one or two more big men for the team next year, I don't see any reason why Kentucky can't be productive next year and have another solid year and make a run for the SEC championship tournament champs. So make a run for the SEC regular season. Is it going to be easy? No, it's not going to be easy. Not at all. But it ain't going to be easy for anybody. Let's be honest. We had one guy that we wanted to get. He actually went to Auburn instead. We had one guy who actually went to Alabama instead. So that's why I'm saying, if Kentucky does the right thing, if they're able to get some good pieces in here, I don't see why these guys can't have Kentucky doing something special next year as well too. Is it going to take a lot? Yeah, but is it crazy to dream? Is it crazy to imagine that Kentucky can be a really solid team next year? It's still to be seen. Experts said Kansas and Indiana won the transfer portal this season, and what did they do? I haven't even who did they get? I'm ready for some Caitlin Logos threes and then get back on the Pope train. I have two. Experts, Kansas. Who all did? I have to go back and see who Kansas picked up. Did Kansas pick up some really good dudes? Well, they won't have Hunter Dickinson back no more, so he's gone. That's for sure. He won't be back next year. I think average just 2 steals, 5 assists. He will move the ball and create turnovers. Let's see what happens, man. For real. I'm ready for some Cat experts. A little bit better than Coach Post. He will be better. David C. says Low would be better in Coach Pope's system. David Innings, what do you say? I'm ready for some Caitlin Clark logo threes and then get back on the Pope train for real. Um, is Caitlin Clark, is she still in the WNBA or did she go overseas and play or in another league? Because for some reason I thought she left the WNBA. What I seen of Cam, he's not afraid to get in with the big boys. That's what we need right there. That's exactly what we need on the team. Florida and Duke in championship. I hate to say it. Puke would probably win. I don't want them to win. Please, I don't ask for a whole lot, Lord. Just help me here and don't let them win. Please don't let them. We didn't get to the Final Four. We didn't get to the Elite Eight. And I know people still go, well, you guys didn't make it past the Sweet 16. Okay, that's cool. But just don't let these guys win. Please don't let them win. We need we need 4 more players. So how many do we have? Fingers crossed. Absolutely. No, she's okay. I for some reason I thought she left too because she just got tired of all the hate she was getting and went and took her talent somewhere else. So yep, I guess WNBA season will be starting up soon. Caitlin Clark can shoot the basketball. And when we look back over women's, especially college basketball, when we look back over the next 10 years, man, Caitlin Clark presence, and we need Pope to get I agree with you. Let's just go ahead and call this next year, over or under, Mark Pope will get 2 technical fouls. I say under. I don't think he will. True, U of L is doing better in the transfer portal than UK. We got the guy that we wanted. He went to U of L. So it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, okay, is it really a money thing, or is it Coach Pope, or is it Kentucky's just not an attractive school anymore? It's got to be one of those 3 things. Money is bigger at another school. Kentucky's just not attractive anymore, or I don't know. They just don't want to play at Kentucky. I don't know. Since they are so good in the portal, perhaps Louisville can get past game 1 in the tournament next year. That's what I say to a Louisville fan when he starts messing with me. I bet everything I got. He won't. He probably won't get we are not getting out recruited by Louisville. Check their rankings. I didn't say that we getting out ranked. I didn't say that we actually getting out recruited by those guys. I just said that there was a guy who Coach Pope wanted, but he chose Louisville instead of UK. So I will reserve judgment of the transfer portal until June the 1st. I know, right? Ooh, June the 1st, it can't come fast enough. Pope also reached out to Maryland transfer sophomore guard. Now, I haven't seen anything on Rodney Rice. Did he? It's Mitch. Okay, it's to put a cap on the NIL one. I know about Rodney Rice. I haven't saw if he's committed to anywhere else yet. That I haven't saw yet. Pope is the problem. Calipari made UK more attractive. Ooh, that's a Maverick. That's a big statement, man. But I have to be honest. I'm guaranteed you're not the only person who feels that way. I promise you're not the only person. It's Mitch. So Mitch is a problem. Is it because the Mitch is not getting on board with NIL the way he should, or what is Mitch doing that is causing transfer guys not to want to come to Kentucky? Pope will only be as successful as Mitch allows him to be, sadly. Now that's a good statement right there. But I mean, I have to imagine. I mean, of course, I don't know what's going on behind closed doors, and I don't understand all that. But surely, Coach, the AD, Mr. Barnhart, has given the green light to Coach Pope to go out there. Big man went to he went to UAB. Mike, would you want to come play for a coach that won't take up for you on the floor? It may not be his style, but he needs to change. Old dogs can learn new tricks. That's the thing for me. And, I'm not telling Coach Pope, because I'm nobody important. I'm not telling Coach Pope that he needs to change who he completely is. But when we had games, let's see, what was that game that we just got really destroyed in? I can't remember. Was it the Tennessee game? It was a Tennessee game in the Sweet 16. Coach Pope should have basically got thrown out of the ball game, because that game was horrendous to watch. Was we knocking down shots? Not really, but was it a lopsided ball game? Absolutely, it was. And he didn't defend his guys like that. That offended me, because you're my coach, and I'm supposed to keep my demeanor as a player on the floor. But you're a coach. Like, you need to help me. So that right there would actually bother me as well, too. Hey, guys, maybe we can go out and get Aaron Bradshaw. If he didn't commit this, I wonder if he's going to go to Arkansas with Cal. I haven't heard anything on him yet, but he expects these kids to take less money to play for the great Kentucky, and that's not reality. Nope, that's not reality anymore, dude. You're not getting anybody just by telling people to come to Kentucky and just play ball. That's not the case anymore. You just not. It's just not going to happen. And it's money. It's money. It's money. It's money. You can't need Alvarado as a forward. They need him. Actually, Alvarado. Kenny mentioned that guy, and Kenny said he would love to have him. Kenny has really watched him. He's really followed him, and Jimmy said he's a really good player for real. We got punked, and Pope took it. We did. That's exactly what it comes down to, is he didn't fight for the team. Coach Pope has got to look at himself on the sideline and says, I got to be more aggressive for my kids. I get it. I love God. I want to be a good representation of Kentucky basketball. I want to be a good citizen. But bro, you got to take care of your guys. Like, you just can't let the referees, even if you get thrown out of the ball game, at least your guys know that you went down fighting. You just got to. If you think Kentucky wasn't anything until Cal got here, you're lost in the sauce. Kentucky has prestige. The school speaks. I'm trying to see if I can. Who said that? Right here. I'm gonna throw this up right here for a second. We got the guard out of Pittsburgh, Chris Evans. So Mark Potter says, if you think Kentucky wasn't anything until Cal got here, you're lost in the sauce. Kentucky has prestige. This school speaks for itself, no matter who is coaching. Yeah, Mark Potter, you're right. But the point is now, kids just want to get paid now. Kids ain't staying around in school 4 years like they used to no more. Unfortunately, kids are popping around to get that paycheck. I want to get paid. Who's going to pay me? That's why some of the guys have already been to four schools already in their career. Pay me, or I'm going pro. So it's like as good as Kentucky is, and I mentioned this on my show too. So no disrespect to older fans of Kentucky. I'm not downplaying any of that. But a lot of the older people who have been rooting and cheering for Kentucky, and BC, he first said this. A lot of the older people who have been cheering for Kentucky for so long, a lot of those guys who understand what Kentucky's all about, a lot of those guys are passing on. Now it's the younger guys it's the younger fans who are coming up now. So even though Kentucky is a prestige school, that's awesome. But unfortunately, Kentucky hasn't won a national championship since 2012. Since 2012. When are we gonna win another one? That's what the younger generation. If you was born in the year 2000, you are 25 now. Your Kentucky Wildcats only won one national championship since you've been on this earth. That's what I'm saying. We have got to produce, and we got to win some championships if we're going to continue to call ourselves that prestige, that high level of a school that we used to be back in the day. We got to do something now in the present. So the 25 years old who was brought up loving Kentucky, they've only seen them win only one title. That's it. They've been to some Final Fours. They've been to plenty of Elite Eights. They got some SEC championships. But what have you done for me lately? That's where it's at right there. Money talks. That's it. That is exactly Coach Pope. Need to think how Coach P would get into the tail. Denying money and what did you do last year? That's it. It's all about what did you do lately. And that's just where we live. Most players born 2005 to 2008. And if you if you're born in 2005, you still ain't got but one championship in your lifetime. So it's got to be Kentucky. If Kentucky's going to keep up, this is Kentucky, the big boy Kentucky. Then guess what? You better go win something. Then you better go win something. Otherwise, we're just another school. And even for myself saying that, that's hard. That's hard to admit. That's hard to say. But that's facts though. I love Kentucky with all my heart. This is what I do. But Kentucky's going to have to go out there. I don't care who the coach is, but somebody's going to have to take Kentucky back to the Final Four, and somebody's going to have to win a national championship sooner than later. 7, maybe 8 for the 2000 national championship current teams, current players. Pope is still stuck in tradition. Pat Kelsey is the one who is the best player available. So, we just got to go out there and we just got to play ball. We got to bring something home to the plate other than just saying Kentucky's won 8 national championships. Because those young men out there that's coming to Kentucky now, unbelievably, J.J. Paul, I am going back to watch KSR Rapid Reaction. We just got a new recruit. Lame show today. Okay, JJ, have a good day, man. Appreciate you. But anyway, it's just one of those days that you just got to, Kentucky's just gonna have to just show up, and they gotta do something, and they gotta do something sooner than later. I agree with Pope needs to be more assertive and let the passion for Kentucky shine. Get teed up, Pope crawl up in the players' butts when they mess up. That's just what it has to be right now. Last year's team roster is better than the current roster. We just got to see what happens, man. We really do. JJ and Paul, I'm sorry I have a lame show today. Appreciate it. Thank you there. Honest truth, right now, last year's team is bigger. So we just gotta see if Coach Pope in year 2, because as I said in my video before, once we lost to Tennessee and that clock ran out, year 1 was over. Year 2 started immediately. Year 1 stopped. Year 2 started. What are you doing? What are we gonna do for year 2, Coach Pope? That's exactly what everybody had on their mind. You had your 1 year. We had a good year. We beat some teams. We enjoyed it. We had some down parts. We had some very, very fun up parts to it. But now we're in the season 2. What's next? What are we going to do next? Because it's all about what are you going to do now. I do say give Mark Pope a chance in the transfer portal. I'm all about giving him a chance. I don't go jump in the whole room. No, don't say that, bro. It's okay. Hey, man. My show ain't gonna be the best every single day, so that doesn't offend me. JJ and Popeye, they've been following me for a while, so if it's a lame show today, that's fine, no problem. I'm not gonna get upset about it. Do you think Big Z? No, I don't think Big. First of all, it's not even if I think Big Z will come back. I think I can speak for the BBN. I don't think. Let me put it like this: I'm willing to say 93 to 94% of the BBN does not want Big Z to come back. Pope is too nice to why am I suddenly feel like Pope is too nice to be our coach? Could be, man. He could be too nice. Maybe he was just getting his feet wet in year 1, and maybe we'll see some of that fire. I would love to go back and see how many technical fouls he got while at BYU. Because if you at BYU and you screaming and you yelling and you getting in people's faces and you being unholy, then come on to Kentucky and be unholy for a few days during the ball game. You can go back after the ball game and be holy again for real. So act like entitled crowd. hates when Pope doesn't get the players you want. I look for me. I mean, it's still a while to go before before the transfer portal and everything is settled and done and teams are built. I think Coach Pope is going to get one or two big fish before it's all said and done. It's a process that he had to go through. Like you show now about championships and teams year in and year out. So it's just NIL stuff and money came into play. Schools will never dominate year after year like we used to. Never happen. Yeah, it's just Ace. I agree with you, bro. It's just not going to happen again. Teams are not going to dominate as long as people can jump. I mean, let's think about this for a second. As much as we hate the transfer, or as much as some people hate the transfer portal, as much as people hate NIL, you gotta admit, soon as the season is over, soon as the show is over, soon as the season is over for any team, what's the first thing people start doing? Transfer portal. Who's in it? Who's in it? Because first of all, you got people leaving, and you got people that's gonna transfer. Okay, who's available? Who can we go get? So while it's frustrating, it's still people still look forward to it. Who's next? Who's coming in? It's almost bigger than recruiting now, because now if you're gonna get transfer guys, at least you got guys coming in who majority of them have been playing. They just decided to leave their teams. So who are we gonna get? What addition are we gonna get? Are we able to go get some of those guys and bring them into our program? That's every single program out there. Not just Kentucky. I'm okay with missing on some players, but not everyone we go after. That's not the Kentucky way. Kentucky way is going to have to get some money. Leave Big Z on the bench. Just said he's going to have to go. I thought Coach Hart and Brooks was big-time recruits for us. Not seeing it right now. Brooks. Yeah, I can see that as well, too. It's big-time recruits for us. Not seeing it right now. We definitely got to see how that actually works out. We need to leave Big Z on them. Low is good, and low is good. Where's that at? I missed that. Where's that at? Low is good. I'm a Louisville guy, but he's a good player. Hey, Jay Felix Show. Thank you so much for popping in. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Low is I'm a Louisville guy, but he's a good player. Once again, I just got to trust Coach. I got to trust Coach Pope that he understands what he needs for his system, and we got to see how it all pans out. I trust in Coach Pope and his. This is from Kerry Darren Rudder. Appreciate the comment. I trust in Coach Pope and his in Coach and his decisions. I heard the same thing from every analyst last year about our recruitment. Look what Coach did this year. Now it starts again. Come on, BBN, have faith. I think a lot of BBN do have faith. I think for me, it's just about seeing all the guys that we are supposedly to be talking to, and everybody end up choosing schools that when we look at them, we be like, we can't figure out why a player that Kentucky really wants. We can't really figure out why a player would choose South Carolina over Kentucky. The only thing we can think of is money. It has to be money. Or these guys or this coach is guaranteeing that he's going to start, he's going to get 25 to 30 minutes every ball game, unless these players are getting these guaranteed stuff in their little signing thing. I can respect Coach Pope for not promising anybody any playing time. I like that part of him. But you're still going to have to pay him, though. You're going to have to play the players to get you. Meet the cure. Meet the cure. Too much couch coaches here. It's not about recruiting anymore. It's about NIL money. Don't act like you know better than Pope when it comes to allocating money. You with your 457 credit score. That's why I said I can't get upset when we get when we get somebody to commit in the transfer portal. I have to rely on Coach Pope that he's a lot smarter than I am. I just do. I can get upset. Why didn't we get him or why didn't we get him? Coach Pope still thought that that the individual that signed with Kentucky is more than capable enough to put on a Kentucky uniform and carrying on the great tradition of Kentucky. Let's see if it works out. That's all I can do. But it won't deter me from saying Pope needs to be more assertive and he needs to help his guys out when they get attacked on the floor. If St. John's and Patino out recruits us, we know it's okay, Maverick. Appreciate it. Didn't expect that today. So I hope we get Nate and Matt. I don't think anybody knows what he's doing, Clint. For Nate and Mint. I don't think anybody knows what he's doing, really. Even, I talked to Jimmy a lot, and Jimmy has no idea what this guy's going to do. He was supposed to commit to a team at the McDonald's All-American game, but he pushed it back. I know from the word on the street is that Marino is still talking to him about coming to Kentucky. But now that we got these two guys in, you have to wonder how that is. Doesn't matter what you want. Ace Post does evidently. So, what did Ace say? We don't want Collins or Z back. Wish them the best, but we can get better. That's the joy of it's so many different opinions and so many different thoughts, so many different things that people want that some don't want, and what the other people want, the other people don't want. That's the joy of the college basketball and recruiting and the transfer portal. Well, not assertive in recruiting. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about assertive on the sideline during ball games when we just getting abused by the referees, not the players. Well, the players are like on that Tennessee game. Come on. Those referees was horrible in that ball game against us. And it was just like Coach Pope did nothing to support his guys. Like, he didn't yell at the referees. Get a tech. Like, just let your guys know that I'm here in this battle with you. And if the referees and they're gonna let the players abuse you, then I'm gonna make sure that the referees know that I ain't happy with what's going on out there on the floor. And they can tech me up if they want to. They can even kick me out of the ball game. I'm fighting for my guys. And that's what I mean about being assertive as well. Really? Ooh, does that mean that did he say that recently, or did he say that like last year? Because if he said it recently, does that mean he's open to bringing Z back to the Big Blue Nation? And I don't even know if the Big Blue Nation would even accept him back. I after everything they did for him, after all they did to help get him the billboards and all this kind of stuff, and then in 1 year. But that just goes to show, I mean, that's a prime example that most kids are not faithful to the team they playing to. And if the coach leaves, I'm out. Like, who? Kentucky? Who? I'm going with my coach. And that's a prime example of it. Sad to say, but that's just the way it is in college basketball. What is the University of Kentucky NIL budget for? I saw somewhere where it was anywhere from $8 to $10 million was what he had. So I guess I got to ask you guys a question. Do we go out and spend a whole lot of money on one? I'm done with Nate. So I know. Do we go out and spend a whole lot of money on one, maybe two players, or do we spread that around to get some good quality players? Some people say go pay a superstar to come here and whatever it takes. I mean, if you got an $8 million budget and that superstar wants $4 million, that don't leave you a lot of room to do a lot of more, especially if you need 5 or 6 guys. That NIL money is just going to dwindle down real fast because one person ate it up. Too thin, that's not going to keep us from getting bullied down low. Yeah, he needs to put on some weight. He didn't put on no weight in his second year in college. So, I mean, like, what's going to make you think that he's going to put on a whole lot of weight and a whole lot of muscle going into year 3. It doesn't. It really, really doesn't make you feel all all happy about the situation. You got to put some weight on Z, and you got pushed around, and that's why Adu from Arkansas took your starting spot because you wasn't man enough, and he was. Yeah, I think I'll need to spread the money around too as well too. For me, it's all about getting a good supporting cast. Thanks for the show, buddy. Go Big Blue. Thanks, Ace. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I think it's about spreading the money around and getting some really solid players in there that can all play together as a team. And when if you get a superstar player and he goes down, you're in trouble. But if you spread that money out and you get some good quality players that can all play and they all can contribute in their unique way, and then one person goes down, you're going to have somebody that's going to step up, and you're going to be able to have somebody that's going to contribute, that's going to continue to contribute to winning ball games. And that one person that went down, we'll see what's up. But I tell you what, in year 1, with the injuries that we had and the way that the way that Coach Pope was able to get everybody to play together and win some of the games that we did, I take my hat off to him. And anybody else that can't do that, that's between you and whatever. But I definitely take my hats off. But in year 2, I think Coach Pope is going to be hungry. I think he's going to try to people get hurt all the time. So it's only so much the coach can do. He can't be on the floor and keep people from getting hurt. But I think at the end of the day, Coach Pope is going to be ready. He's going to be hungry. He's not going to be happy with just going to a Sweet 16. He's going to be trying to go to the Elite 18. To the Elite 8 and further next year, no matter who he brings in for sure. The UK is working with $9 or $10 million for the 2000. Okay, so I was right there at it. So $9 or $10 million. So like I said, if you give one guy $4 million, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. All our rich horse race owning alumni need to start laying down the cash. They do, huh? Just because we don't see it doesn't mean PI. It's not happening. He said, Clint said, all our UK worker. I'm sorry, Mark said, all of our rich horse racing owner alumni needs to start laying down the cash. There's some cash out there, man, to be flowing around. So $9 or $10 million is not we're going to expect a Elite 8 minimum. It is. And see, that's the thing. That Sweet 16, that's fine. That's great. You went Sweet 16, that's awesome. But now what are we going to do? Because Kentucky fans, they're only going to enjoy that Sweet 16 just for a moment. Because that's unnatural for Kentucky just to settle for a Sweet 16. That ain't what we do. If the players love Pope, who are we to say he doesn't fight for his players? Just because we don't see it doesn't mean Pope isn't doing. Maybe he just does it with a cooler head. Could be. I haven't seen many people with a cooler head get thrown out of the ball game though. Look, go back to Calipari, okay? Think about the times Calipari's got thrown out of the ball game at Kentucky. And then think about the results of what our players did as a result of that. I'm just saying, kids respond, young men and ladies, that they respond to that fiery attitude that their coaches. Now, I'm not asking Coach Pope to be on the sideline the whole ball game, screaming at the referee, screaming at the players, and doing all this kind of stuff. That's not what I'm asking. What I'm asking is when you have those certain games, like we had against Tennessee, it just, something. And the camera was always on it. Something's got to be done, man. Like, I would fight for my guys. I just would. You know what I'm saying? Something just got to happen. And, and I just feel like as a head coach, when your guys are getting attacked, if you got to go do something and you got to defend them as much as you can. He is their defense lawyer, and he's got to go fight against the prosecutor, which is the referees. So he's got to go do something. So he has Tyson Chicken money to play with. Oh, Cal has big money. He has big money. And Walmart too, I think. And I still think Jerry Jones might be putting money in too as well. And Cal's going to have more time to recruit players as well, too. Mitch needs a guy like Pope who isn't going to rock the boat to make too many demands of him. That's why he liked Drew. That's why he liked Drew so much. Okay. Kelly C wants to be governor. She needs to give more millions for NIL. Okay, he did. Well, we had games this year that the team gave up, and all Pope did was clap and cheer. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that, that we put our heads down and we stop playing. I don't want to look on the sideline and just seeing my coach okay with that. You know what? I thought I could take a call. Let me see, man. I can, I don't mind trying it. I don't know if it's going to work, but I definitely don't mind trying it. Hold on one second, I'm David. I'll try it. I don't know if it'll work. 'Cause I thought about that, David. I really did. I'm really frustrated that I can't take phone calls because that's really what I wanted to do. I got to take this off right here. Got to take that off. And, man, dude, I wish somebody just say a prayer for me so my phone would work because I would love to take phone calls for a couple of minutes. I got that in. I got this in. That's good to go. I'll tell you how I can test it, and then you guys can tell me if you hear it or not. Let me see. How can I do this right here? Let me see. What can I do? Because I don't want to get no copyright on the video. You know what? I'll do this. Let me turn this down for a second. Sorry about this, guys. Just trying to see. Because if I put on one of my videos right fast. Oh, that's still music, though. I don't want to do that. So let me. Oh, the original videos are just being at the gym. My apologies, guys. Let me see if I can get this working. It's just me right here. Let me see. No, that's not the video that I want. Let me see. Can you guys hear this? Let me see if you got. Let me turn this up a little bit. If you guys can hear this, then I can take phone calls. I can't hear it. No. Can you guys hear that? I'm trying to think, what do I need to do to get this going? Because I can't even, let me see. I can't even hear it. No, I can't even hear it. So that means I wouldn't be able to hear phone calls, most likely. No, by the time it's all said and done, Kentucky will have a top 5 team by the time season starts. Mark it down, go Big Blue. Hey, thanks, Michael. McIntosh. I hope we do. Volume. See, hold on for a second. Good point. Hold on one second.
We will always wonder for a long time what things could have been like if he would have stayed healthy and in what way he could have helped Kentucky. So let me know on what you guys think. Are you guys okay? Are you happy? Does that open up the door for Mark Pope to go out and get somebody more elite? Let's go Cats.
Okay, could you guys hear that? It will give me an echo, I think. How do I do this? Oh, because this is in the, I know what I need to do. I think I do. Do I need to do this? Oh, let me try this right here. I had to put this over here. Hold on one second. Appreciate you guys being patient with me, man. Thank you guys so much. Let me see if I can hear it.
Kerr Kriisa is now in the transfer portal.
Can you guys hear that still?
I'm sad by that. I really am. I thought maybe he would come back. But he's probably one of those players that wants a guaranteed starting spot.
Oh man, can you hear it? Just want to know if you guys can hear that or not. Can I hear it? Yeah, it's an echo. Yes, it is, and it's delayed too. So you guys can actually hear that. So I can put this back, but I won't be able to hear it.
You can't blame the guy. I just want to know how you guys feel about that. Are you guys surprised?
Let me do this right here, because it's actually coming out of my speaker. Okay, not sure if that'll work. I hear you. Okay, let me try to call this number back right here. I'll try this right here. Let me try this right here. He's calling, but I'm not sure how to take it. Hey, David. Yeah, I can't hear him, and he can't hear me. David, I'm not sure. Let me see. Hey, David, how you doing? David? Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. How you doing, David?
I'm doing good. Hey, the reason I wanted to take a phone call
Okay.
is because last year I went to like 6 Indiana Fever games, and their coach, Christy Side, let them girls get Caitlin Park get beat to death. Never got a technical. Matter of fact, Caitlin had more technicals than anybody on the Fever team. And when they come back out of break, she finally got a technical standing up for her girls, and they went on a 9-game winning streak. The coach has to fight for their players. If the coach ain't willing to fight for their players, then the players ain't going to fight for the coach.
I mean,
Hear me?
I can hear you. I mean, I agree 100% with that because, I mean, it's something about seeing your coach over there get fired up. I mean, look at Bruce Pearl for an example. Bruce Pearl is always fired up, and when he gets fired up, it seems to do something. It seems to do something for his players as well too. So, that just yeah. But I agree with you as well too.
Well, hey, I enjoy your show, and that's what I wanted to call in for. I'll let somebody else call.
Okay, thank you so much, David. I appreciate it. Okay. Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
You too. Bye bye. I gotta get that figured out, man. I do. I gotta get it figured out fast too, because I don't really like that too much. But anyway, I mean, it's just about seeing. It's really just about seeing your coach fight for you, and it seems to do something like just think about you being a parent, and your kids see that you're fighting for them, and how much you're into it, and how much more they want to do, just to what I'm saying, just to make their dad or their mom that much more prouder because they see that they're fighting for them and they want to do a good bet. That's just a big time support system. And when you do that, I'm not saying babying the kids by no means whatsoever. Don't baby the kids, but just stand up for them. So some of the fan base will never be happy. They live to complain. Probably can't even dribble the ball. I can't dribble the ball. I'm not that person that can dribble. That's for sure. Thanks, David. I appreciate that call. I got it, man. I've tried so many things to get this phone system working. I've tried so much, and it doesn't. It seems like I can get it working today, and then tomorrow I just turn it on to go to work to use it, and it won't even work right. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it. But what am I looking at? So we just have to see how that actually goes. I had someone else call in, phone number ending in 0261. If you want to call back, I can take your phone call as well too. If anybody else want to call in, 270 220 0994. I haven't said it in a long time. Let me put this up. If anybody else wants to call in before I get off. Where's that at? Put it up right here. Yeah, that's the number right there. So if anybody else want to call in right fast, and just tell me what's going, whatever you want to talk about will be good to go. 50261 was the number. Mark Prater says some of the fan base will never be happy. They live to complain. Probably can't even dribble the ball. That's the case, man. I mean, okay, I'm not sure who that is, but they just sent me a text. So thank you. I appreciate that. Because I can tell I die. Both are good guys. Thank you. 0718, thank you so much for your text. I just got it. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. I can take this stuff right here. So So before I get off, do you guys have any Final Four predictions today? I know someone said that there's going to be Florida and Duke in the championship game, and unfortunately, Duke is going to win. I hope that's not the case as well. I do actually have. I'm still going to keep riding that Florida wins it all. This is going to be a hard game against Auburn. Those guys are going to have to play ball at a different level. Florida will tonight to make that happen. So let's just see what happens with that ball game. Where's that at? Hide right here. Bruce Pearl is about to bust a that's what his ball. It's a game. The game's not on right now. Georgia's keeping it real. Where's Georgia's? Let me see if I can get back to what George said because I missed that. Whatever he said. Let me see if I can George. I got Florida winning it all. George. Let's see what George said. I'm not Kevin the big dog. Big dog that aren't afraid to dunk. I went back and watching the Kevin, the big dog comment. We need a big guy who's not afraid to dunk. Yep. Okay. So I did see that comment by George, and he's right, man. I hope look. If Houston can knock off Duke, anything else for me is icing. I don't care who wins it. Auburn can win it. I won't have 1 ounce of anger in me. Not at all. I won't care at all. I just really don't want Duke to win. I just don't, man. Houston by 2 tonight. It's going to be a tough game for Houston, man. It really is. I'm thinking because it's an SEC matchup, they play first, Florida and what's name. I'm thinking about actually coming back on. I don't know how I would actually watch the ball game. So I need to see if maybe 21 is going to be playing the ball game. If he's going to play the ball game, or maybe Rick, I may actually just jump back on and then just do a live throughout the show. I'm not one of those. I played for Billy Hicks, Hall of Fame high school coach, basketball. Yeah, I can't dribble a basketball. I'm not that dude. I'm not even gonna lie. I can't dribble a basketball. I can rebound. I love rebounding, but that's about all I can do. But I just hope Duke loses tonight. I do. I want the Golden Boy flag to not win a national championship. That would just be so fitting for college basketball, is to have Cooper Flag win the national championship. Please don't. I don't. Really, I only want Florida or Houston to win. I don't even want Auburn to win the ball game. I just don't. I hate Duke. Houston by 2. I got it, man. For real, put it back down here for. Let's see what they say. I think somebody said. This is a good point right here. Thank you, Kevin the Big Dog. The refs already hate Kentucky, but don't let them bully you. I think that's kind of what it comes down to me as well too. It's like we already know that we're not liked, and then when the refs can just take over the game and control the game, to me that's what hurts the most, and we don't do anything about it. You know, hate Calipari, love Calipari, but you know Calipari would have got a technical foul. You know he would have. All those guys would have got a tech foul. So I just hope Pope. I would be so happy if Coach Pope got a technical foul. I would cheer for days. I'm like, yes, Coach, you go get him. You go fight for him. Knows what he's doing. Yes, Mike. Let's hope 2 goes down. Yeah, Banner Willis. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate it. I hope not. Oh man, that would suck, bro. Cooper Flag, Christian Laettner reincarnated, and Christian Laettner is still with us. So they get to look face to face and say, "You are me, I am you." That's what he's doing. Yes, Mike. Let's hope Duke goes down. That is for real. So, I appreciate each one of you. I agree, Maverick. I appreciate all of you guys jumping on today. I really do. If I'm able to watch the ball game, because I don't have cable, whatever. So if there's anybody streaming the game, I won't show the game, but I will go. I will try my best to go live during the ball game, and we can just root for Florida together, or we can root for Auburn together, or we can be against each other. But I always think that that's a real fun time when I'm able to get on the line and actually do some of those games like that, like I did towards the end of the season. But anyway, thank all you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much. And thank you guys once again for helping the Loyal BBN Fan Show get to 3,000 subscribers. I wanted to because people subscribe and then people unsubscribe. So I kind of wanted to wait. I didn't want to just announce it at 3,000 because as soon as I announce it, somebody will go back and unsubscribe, and then it'll be 2,999 again or whatever. So I kind of wanted it to go over a little bit, 3,000, before I really just said a thank you. Just give it a couple of days to actually soak in that it's actually over 3,000 now. But thank all you guys. I appreciate it. For every last one of you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And until next time, go Cats, and let's get some guys in the transfer portal, and let's go make next year wonderful, because I know we have it in us. Until next time, go Cats.